What's going on, everybody? Byrdman here with another Wonderlands video. Today I'm going to be doing a skill tree overview for the Graveborn. I was given early access thanks to Gearbox and 2K, so big shout out to them. But this character is definitely something I'm going to be trying out from day one, just because it was so much fun to use this absolute health stealing awesome character. Now, know that you can use my code BYRD at GField checkout for 10% off. This video is sponsored by them, so big shout out to them. Now, let's hop right on into the video. So going over the Graveborn, first off, in the class feat, we actually have the Demi-Lynch companion instead of some type of like boost to like maybe like our critical or melee damage like other characters might have. The Demi-Lynch companion reads, the Fate Maker is accompanied by a floating Demi-Lynch that targets enemies at range and deals dark magic damage. Whenever the Fate Maker casts a spell, the Demi-Lynch will cast a Hellish Blast, creating a homing projectile of the spell's elemental type, dealing damage to nearby enemies on impact. And any increase of the Fate Maker's damage also is applicable to her companion. So first thing to note here is dark magic damage is one of the most important things for Graveborn all in all. We're going to have it going throughout our entire tree as ability, so making sure to funnel into that as much as possible will be really great. So because again, any higher dark magic damage we maybe have on artifacts or maybe like our rings or amulets will also be applicable to our Demi-Lynch based on what we read here. Any increase the Fate Maker's damage is also applicable to the companion. Now, also reading the fact that whatever our spell is going to affect them is really cool, because we can just maybe do like an ice spell and then constantly have our Demi-Lynch being able to freeze enemies. So kind of having that flow there really sets this character apart from the others. Looking at our action skills, we have the Dire Sacrifice and the Reaper of Bones. Dire Sacrifice reads, the Fate Maker sacrifices a portion of her health to deal dark magic ability damage and apply dark magic status effects to all nearby enemies. And Dark Sacrifice deals bonus damage based on the amount of sacrifice health. Now, it reads that it's going to take 40% of your current health at that time. So the higher that you're able to make your health on this character, probably the more better it's going to be. So focusing in different like shields and wards where it's boosting up your health will be really great for funneling into this ability. So also, again, dark magic damage there, so having like maybe your rings and your ambulance have a boost to that will really just turn you into like a dark sacrifice like bomb, which is pretty cool all in all. I'm actually really excited to try this out further on in the game when we have a little bit more end game materials with us. And the second ability reads Reaper of Bones. The Fate Maker is fully healed, gains increased leech efficiency, and deals bonus dark magic damage, but her health takes an ever increasing amount of damage per second. When the Fate Maker would die, she instead becomes invulnerable for a short duration and restores a portion of her health. When she is no longer vulnerable, Reaper of Bones ends, and the action skill duration is based on the current health percentage and cannot be modified by other sources. Now, again, this is where like flowing into like high health on this character will be really important, just for the fact that we're going to be constantly expelling a lot of health. I really like this one just because, again, if you combo spells and weapons that have dark magic where it's going to funnel health into you're able to constantly keep this up, do extra dark magic damage with said weapons and abilities, and also just constantly heal yourself in the process. Now, when you hit that invulnerable spot, you genuinely are invulnerable. I definitely would say in that point you probably should like run away from a fight, because you'll end up losing out on that eventually and not be invulnerable anymore. It's only about a 3-second delay, so definitely either get out of there or at least start shooting your dark magic weapons again just to leech a little bit more health. But all in all, I really do enjoy these two abilities. I think it's going to be really cool testing them out. I'm going to start at the tier 1, going left to right, going over all these skills. First off, we have Mortal Vessel. Maximum health is increased and dark magic efficiency is increased. I definitely think it's something you're going to have to go 5 out of 5 on, just again because it really helps out with our action skills up top. In the middle, we have Essence Drain kill skill, which awesome, great seeing kill skills back within Borderlands. Spell cooldown rate is increased for a duration. So again, another thing that we probably should flow into, especially if you have like maybe a dark magic spell, able to constantly use that to heal yourself as much as possible. And then finally, the Faithful Thralls. The Fate Maker deals increased damage dealt for every companion she has, and the companion respawn rate is increased. Now, it's really great that we have the multi-classing, because we can even combo like the Spore Warden that has like the little mushroom dude with our Graveborn as well. But we also have an extra companion that is applicable in the bottom of this tree. So we'll get to there eventually, but at least know that this would be kind of cool just to maybe have as many like pets on the field as possible to increase our damage. Going down in tier 2, we have Sanguine Sacrament. Whenever the Fatemaker casts a spell, she regenerates health over a brief duration. So another one where it's kind of cool, but I probably would avoid this just because your spells as is and your dark magic weapons will kind of filter that healing into you as is. Right in the middle, we have Dark Pact. Dark magic damage is increased. I guess goes up to 5 times, so about 20%. I think this will be pretty cool to have, but I definitely would review all of your options before you fill this in all the way. And then finally, Harvest Kill Skill Companion Steel, bonus dark magic damage for a duration. This effect stacks. So again, having all these different companions that are able to do dark magic damage, this will be really interesting to see. Going down in tier 3, we have Dread Covenant. A portion of the damage taken by the Fatemaker is redirected to her Demi-Lich, and when the Fatemaker reaches 1 health, she immediately restores health, sacrificing the Demi-Lich. And the skill has a long cooldown. It does. It's about a 2-minute cooldown on this. I definitely don't think this is really all that worth it, just because fight for your life isn't too bad. So definitely, I probably would just avoid this skill all in all. Going in the middle, we have a Stain of the Soul. The Fatemaker spells deal bonus dark magic damage. This one I definitely would go into, just because if we're able to get our spells up high enough to do that damage, you could probably essentially like one-tap enemies while also healing yourself completely. And then finally on the end, Dark Hydra. Now this is another one of the companion ones, and it's also a kill skill. Chance to summon a Dark Hydra companion dealing dark magic ability damage to nearby enemies for a duration. Now, said duration is about 10 seconds. It's pretty cool actually that the fact that we have this constant going on. Now, obviously you have to kill enemies to get this to pop up. 60% chance. It's a pretty solid one. And probably the higher that you're able to get this, the higher the chance that activating, as well as the amount of Hydras you can get. So again, this is where flowing into the Faithful Thralls will be really cool, just for the fact that they're going to be able to do more damage while also being able to help you out a little bit as well. Going to tier 4 on the far left, we have a kill skill, Ascension. Maximum health and spell damage is increased for a long duration, and this effect can stack. Now, it says long duration. Duration's about 30 seconds. I definitely think this is going to be a huge one to go into, just for the fact that you're going to be constantly trying to kill as many people as humanly possible. Having your health go up higher and then your spell damage also increasing means that you're able to take advantage more into things like Dire Sacrifice, where you're losing health and getting bonus damage based on the amount of health you have. So definitely think Ascension will be a big one for this character. And then going into Punishment, when the Demi-Lich casts Hellish Blast, there's a chance it will cast again after a brief delay, which again, I don't know if this won't be as useful. The Demi-Lich is probably going to be a cooler like accent rather than something to focus completely into. You probably want to more go into something like Dark Hydra instead, but this could be interesting later on. Going into tier 5, we have Lord of Edges. The Fatemaker gains increased damage dealt and damage reduction to lower her health. Now, I don't really know how this one's really going to flow. I think it'll be pretty cool, but I mean, honestly, if you are going all in all into dark magic, your health probably shouldn't be getting that low. This would probably be something cooler to float with Reaper of Bones, just for the fact that at a certain point you will lose most of your health and become invulnerable. So being able to have essentially just damage reduction and extra damage after the fact would be pretty interesting. And then going in the middle, Blast Grass. Whenever the Fatemaker deals spell damage, there's a chance it will create an elemental explosion, dealing ability damage of the spell's elemental type to nearby enemies. Elemental explosion cannot critically hit, so no crits on this, but the fact that we're just getting a big AoE spell damage would be pretty interesting. And then finally, the capstone, Morheim's Blessing. Casting a spell automatically activates all the Fatemaker's kill skills. I think this is a must. I think you like almost have to have this, just putting out the fact that you have things like your Dark Hydra, you have things like your Essence Drain, things like your Ascension, where it's going to really help you out all in all. So just activating a spell to do that is going to be cool. I think this is where like maybe getting like a fast cooldown dark magic spell would be really nice, just for the fact that you're able to kind of combo with all those things and really take advantage of the character's power. Thank you so much for stopping by this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed the Graveborn overview as much as I did. Again, big shout out to Gearbox and 2K for giving me early access on this. They weren't sponsored to tell me to say anything. This is all my complete opinion of the class and kind of how it's structured. So I'm so excited for this character specifically. The Sabomancer was a lot of fun too, but I think just like how intricate this one is going to be really awesome to see on day one. So definitely make sure you're stopping by my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Byrdman778. Give a thumbs up over here on YouTube YouTube and subscribe over here on YouTube, youtube.com/Byrdman778. Follow me over on Twitter for all the updates on everything Wonderlands, twitter.com/Byrdman778. Use code ByrdGFIL. Check out, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by this video. I hope you guys have a great night, day, whatever it may be.